You're listening to the Grooming by Rudy podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Grooming by Rudy podcast. As always, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with Anthony Ray. So happy to have you guys here. So guys, have you ever bought or purchased some grooming equipment and tried to groom your dog at home and just realized real quick it just didn't go very well and you're wondering why it's not working? Well, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the reason why it's possibly not working on your dog. So we're going to get into it in just a second. But hey, Ant-Man, how was our day today? Let's talk about that. We did groom today. So
Groomed a massive golden doodle.
big guy.
Big dude. That's everything, the entire time frame that grooming usually takes is just like, you got to times it by at least 5 when you're doing a golden doodle.
It's like doing 3 dogs.
Yeah, we usually only do like 2 on the days that he comes in, honestly.
If you want to see him, if you want to check him out, his name is Chico. We have a golden doodle video up on him on our Grooming by Rudy channel.
Yeah, we did film.
Yeah, Chico. He's a beautiful, wonderful, huge golden doodle. So friendly, so sweet. But we did groom him today, along with a couple of nail clips and a couple of things. Just a little busy. You get the phone calls during the middle of the day. Can you just trim out under my dog's eyes, or can you do an ear cleaning today? So we got bombarded with a few extra things. But really, because we're doing the podcast, we want to take some time to schedule out doing this, because this takes a lot of time, because we want to talk to you guys and we want to get our point across and try to help you guys, especially you at-home groomers who and you professional groomers too. We want to help you guys out and hopefully make your groomings a little easier at home.
Yeah, it's important. We that was kind of like when we first started like our tutorial channel. I guess like any YouTubers, it was like we weren't really sure like what we were. Yeah. Like our first couple videos, and we should do like a viewing on here at some point of like watching our first post ever. Yeah. Because it was this really sweet Papillon named Bella, who's unfortunately no longer with us. But when you look at that video compared to like our videos now, where it was almost like, I'm glad that we posted it because she was so sweet, but it's also like, what the hell? What is this supposed to teach anybody?
What were we I think the name of it was Sweetest Papillon Ever.
Yeah, Sweetest Papillon Ever.
That was the
yeah, we had no clue what we were, I guess, but it's weird because I want to say, oh yeah, we didn't know we wanted to go down the teaching route, but we did. Yeah. We already knew that. We were, this is going to be like a tutorial channel. So what the hell were we thinking with, and like the thumbnail, I was looking at it last night. And I remember looking at the thumbnail, and I could have easily changed it by now, but I'm not. I don't think I should, because it is what it is.
Right. It's
gotta own it.
It's our token, And we thought at the time, like, dude, let's start a YouTube channel and we'll put up a video of Bella, and it's gonna go viral because she's just adorable.
She's just too cute.
She's just too cute. Little did we know.
It's not like there's any cute dogs on YouTube.
Right. You know what I mean? We thought for sure, dude, everybody's gonna click on Bella.
Yeah.
And they did though. A lot of people did.
No, that video ended up doing okay. It's just funny because I look at the thumbnail, I look at the video, and it's like, man, have we come a long way as far as like quality, purpose. Yeah. Like there was just
niche.
We didn't know any of that stuff at the time. She was just cute, and it's literally what you said. Oh, let's just post Bella. She's cute, so we'll get famous.
Exactly right. We'll get famous. I could see it already. We'll be walking the red carpet with Bella in our arms, and everybody will be asking for our autograph.
Yeah, right. Yeah, none of that happened.
But there's still time.
Yeah, we wanted to turn it. I think I don't know if I still have the playlist up, but we turned it into a series where it was just the Sweetest Ever series.
Right.
And it's just like, you don't know at the time that it's like, that's not like how YouTube works. No. Like, especially when you're first trying to find an audience. Like, so like here we have this tutorial channel, and then we're randomly putting these sweetest evers
Yeah.
out there, and the sweetest evers weren't meant to teach anybody anything. That's just,
No.
oh, look how cute this dog is.
Yeah.
It's the sweetest ever.
Yeah.
And yeah, weird. Like just weird. You're just kind of like what a growing pain.
Sure. And it takes time. You have to do YouTube for a really long time for the algorithm, whatever that is, to figure out like what your niche is or what you're trying to convey to, to people, to viewers. And we're almost just finding that out now. I think YouTube is finally figuring out what and who we are. And we are more of a tutorial channel. We like to teach. I've been grooming a long time. Anthony's been grooming a long time. So we figure why not try to at least, share our knowledge. And some people agree with us, some people don't. And, but it's part of being a YouTuber. I would rather try to put some knowledge out there and hope that it helps somebody with grooming their dog.
Yeah, and you guys don't worry because see, we're just warming up. This is right now. I don't know in what order they'll be posted, but this is really among one of the first couple of episodes of this new show that we're recording. So we haven't quite gotten too heavy into the disagreeing with commenters and stuff like that yet. We're just kind of warming up. We didn't want to. We talked about it and we were like, well, let's not really talk about bad comments or anything right out of the gate for the first couple episodes. So, because any of you who are just meeting us or whatever, then we would just kind of come off like sounding like pricks.
But don't worry, we'll get there.
We're going to get there, and I'm actually really looking forward to
Me
it
too.
because, again, at the time of recording this, we had a doozy recently. We won't spoil it right now, but that's I don't know. We got to figure out what to do with that one. Like you might want to read it in full.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good one. So look forward to that.
Yeah,
It's we got a lot of that to go around.
Yeah, we do. And like we mentioned in our past podcast with the what was it, brusher bather topic that we talked about, we're going to have a lot of guests coming on. So again, this is just our second episode, but. Again, we just, this is our opportunity, our chance to talk to you guys on a more personal level as opposed to like shooting a video. It's really hard to shoot a video and then communicate with people through comments because some of the questions are really, really difficult,
Or repetitive.
And it's like, it's hard to answer a question through, and especially a grooming question because there's a lot of factors like, how do I clean my dog's ears? Well, there's a number of ways to do that and what kind of dog, all that stuff that you really can't answer in a comment. So the podcast is really going to give us an opportunity to talk to you guys more on a one-on-one basis. And, maybe we can answer more questions that way. But getting into the topic for today, if you guys are trying to groom at home and you wonder why it's not going so well, like you can't get that blade through your matted dog's coat, or you're just your shampoo's not really cleaning your dog, or your scissors aren't cutting when you're trying to trim the feet and all that, there is a good chance that it's because you're using really bad equipment.
Yeah, it's super, super common today. We've mentioned this before in the past, but it bears repeating. With the way things work today, like Amazon and just there is an absolute like oversaturation of anything you would ever need in your life. I think a comedian said, I forget his name, but he said, anybody can go on Amazon and buy parking cones. So you're just anybody on earth is just a click away from being able to make traffic go wherever it wants. And I think that's so funny, but he's right.
Make traffic go wherever.
Just wherever you want, because anybody could buy a parking cone. So it's the same. That is the world we live in. So when you go on Amazon, we just did recently the sprayer. We did a video on this great sprayer that we use for our baths
nozzle,
here at the
spray
shop.
nozzle.
Yeah, spray nozzle. And when I was trying to find a comparable one on Amazon, it was like just 15, 20 of them pop up, different subtle differences, all probably good, but
Sure.
there is so when it comes to grooming tools, which is just such precision, such precise work.
Yeah.
It's not something you could really cut corners on, but it's really difficult for people to even know well, what's good and what's not to begin with.
Right.
You know, it's very difficult because there's so much like crap out there.
Sure.
And there's also so many good things too. So like, how do you tell the difference?
Well, one of the ways to tell the difference is, and it's pretty, cut and dry. If it's really really cheap and inexpensive, more than likely it's just not good, because the better quality equipment is going to cost you a little bit. I'm be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but the result is going to be better. You'll at least be able to groom your dog. For example, you have very professional clippers, such as the Wall KM10 or even the KM5. It's a professional clipper. You know us, if you've listened to us in the past. I really like Andis products, but the Andis 5-speed Excel clipper, very, very top of the line clipper, professional clipper. They go for about $250. I think the KM10 is about the same, about $245, something like that. So these are high-end clippers that a professional would use. And to be honest with you, though, if you have the money and you're just grooming at home, I would purchase those clippers. I would use a professional grade clipper. If money is a factor, which a lot of times it is, especially nowadays, your entry level clippers are probably going to cost you about $140, and that's like an Andis 2-speed, or I think the KM5 goes for about just under $200. It's a little bit less, but it's still expensive. But there are better quality entry level clippers that you can use as opposed to using that really really cheap clipper that you see in a superstore for $25 and it comes with all the attachments.
Yeah.
Stay away from those. It comes in a big plastic package that cuts your hand trying to open it.
Yeah, super groomer Walmart exclusive kit.
Yes, yeah, exactly. With this beautiful finished dog on the cover and a guy like this, as if he, this thing is going to work some kind of
superhero groomer.
Yeah, superhero groomer. The guy's like, don't stay. You gotta stay away
and
from.
It's $20.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The guy's cliff diving, doing a jackknife. It's not even about grooming anymore.
He's diving off. Yeah, comes with 150 blade attachments.
Yeah, right.
And hair vacuum,
right.
all in one.
All in one.
Yeah. Wireless,
satisfaction guaranteed.
Guaranteed, or your money back, which you will be receiving. You're gonna exercise that.
Right. They don't mind giving you back the $25.
Yeah. That's what you want to watch out for. That's what I meant by like oversaturating, because they'll just sell you anything.
They will. Yeah, they will. So again, if it's just too inexpensive, it's probably not good. So again, you're looking at, I think a good entry level is the Wall KM5, which is just under $200. And there's just a clipper. Your investment's going to be much higher than just a $200. Or the Andis 2-speed is really, really good. I prefer both of those. And there's a number of other clippers. And then you're also going to need some blade attachments. You're going to need I like the Wall blade attachments. They're good. They're probably about $25 for the set. You're going to need some cool lube. You're going to need some decent scissors. Again, scissors. I mean, you could spend $500 for a pair of scissors, and I'm not recommending that, especially on an entry level. But you should probably be spending about maybe 70, 80, maybe even $100 for a good pair of shears. You might want to check out the Amy Lee Sapphire shears. She has a good shear that's really good for the pro groomer or even the entry level groomer. So you're talking about that. You need cool lube, you need nail clippers, you need quick stop. You even need a grooming table. I've seen grooming tables for as little as $60. So if you're going to try to do it right, you're probably going to spend, I would say, $300 to $400 initially.
And this is just me. I wouldn't go with shears.
Yeah,
I'm not going under 100.
No,
and but you're right though. Like you can get like maybe 70, maybe 80. Yeah. This is just because I'm a groomer, so I know, but. Man, there's nothing more frustrating than having to scissor something twice.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to, and I mean specifically one spot, like two attempts in the same, because scissoring is just so dangerous, and especially if you're like entry level.
Sure.
you really don't want to be hovering around. Like you want, if you're lucky enough to even get a snip and feel comfortable about it, you don't want to have to repeat it where the hair just folds into the shear and it's just that,
or you're just risking hurting or cutting the dog doing that second snip. You know what I mean? Like what's the saying? Like a dull knife is the knife that always cuts.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with shears. A dull shear is going to you're going to cut the dog because you're trying, like Anthony's trying to describe. You're cutting one spot too often, and you're just increasing the chances of the dog moving or something like that. So yeah, I mean, there are some decent shears for, like $60, maybe even 50. But listen, if you're going below like $60, you're already kind of, teetering on a less quality shear that may even work a little bit in the beginning, but then, after maybe like 3, 4, 5 groomings, it's going to dull right out. So yeah, like Anthony's saying, $100, $80, $75 minimum.
Yeah. There's I be careful with shears because it's like clippers. If you have a cheap clipper and it gets stuck and it doesn't cut, it's now the clippers are coming away from the dog because you have to take it away from the dog anyway and mess around, and now you're fumbling with your clippers and it's assume you have your dog on the floor. All right, well, now the dog's nothing's going to happen, so you can just put all your attention on the clippers. The clippers aren't hovering by the dog's face or anything like that. You're going to mess around with the cool lube and try to get them to sort of unlock and start working again. But with shears, you got to get in, get out. You get your cut in, you get out. Like, if you're rounding feet, you round the feet and get out. Like, you don't want to be staying there,
Absolutely.
It just scissoring and scissoring and scissoring and nothing's coming off. Just because the scissors scare the crap out of me.
Sure, they're dangerous.
They're so dangerous.
You don't want to have to do extra snips like he's talking about. But
no extra snips.
No extra snips.
Not if you could help it anyway.
Yeah, you increase the chances of hurting the dog, and you want to get it done too, because like you're saying too, like your dog's patience is going to run out too. You can't sit there and be scissoring a foot for X amount of time when you can get it done in 2-3 snips. Get it done.
Yeah, and then you got especially if you're around the face. Oh, the tongue pant.
The tongue pant.
Right while you're God.
Pant. Yeah, it can be very dangerous. So the better your equipment, the less dangerous it's going to be. And if you guys are looking for a place to get it, you can go on Amazon. Amazon has some good stuff.
They have a ton.
I'm looking at Pet Edge magazine over here. So Pet Edge is really good. A groomer stylist, Pet Edge. You can go to petedge.com. They have a bunch of all professional products and, novice entry-level stuff. Entry-level stuff right up to, professional level. But Pet Edge
Jess Adorno.
That's Jess Adorno. That's our girl right there.
Oh, shout out to Jess.
Shout out to Jess Adorno right there. She's what is the Joycey clippers that she's looking at? Joycey.
Yeah.
That's another good clipper, Joycey clipper. Check those out. Again, they have I think they have like the cordless, like Piranha. They have different names, but they all are, one is stronger than the next. But again, it's a professional clipper, but you should really make a good investment in your equipment, get better equipment, and pick out a spot in your house and check out our videos. Check out our video, whether you learn from our YouTube channel or Amy Lee or who else, Elizabeth or Groom House, or there's so many professional dog grooming YouTubers out there that you can learn so much from. So if you want to become a better dog groomer, we're talking better equipment, yes, more money, and check out our videos. And you will learn more than you think, and you will just definitely increase the chances of being successful in grooming your dog at home.
Yeah, like, how, like, the positive of what I was saying earlier with the oversaturation of product, the positive of that is on YouTube, you can watch any of those people that you were talking about, and you could learn so much about grooming. So, on top of the equipment that you might need, the good thing about there just being so much information out there, and you got to be careful what you listen to, and not every YouTuber is correct just because they're a YouTuber. But with grooming, at least from what I've seen, it's and especially the people you listed, and there's many more. We all pretty much know what we're talking about when we're trying to teach you something. So that's the flip side of there being almost like it's product overload, which is a negative sometimes, but the good thing about that is there's just so many grooming YouTube channels where you if you really do want to become an at-home groomer, whether it's on a professional level where you're doing multiple dogs, or you just want to learn how to groom your own and save a crap ton of money over the years, there is no shortage of information to just pop on your TV. And I mean, we have a couple videos that are in real time where you could do like the brushing one.
Yeah.
You could brush. I mean, that you're going kind of fast because you're trying to beat like a clock. We did like this little clock challenge thing. But there's so many grooming YouTube channels that, I mean, you really can, just with some practice, I mean, you can learn how to do anything on your dog, at anything.
Sure.
Even if your dog is feisty, because there's YouTubers who kind of focus on that too, that aspect of it.
Yeah, how to handle, you know, a harder to groom dog, you know,
which is a lot of cases. It's a lot of cases. This is why grooming is a pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the ass, and people underestimate how much work it is. I mean, it's a lot of work to groom a dog, and you find that out when you try to do your own dog, right? How many people out there have tried to do their own dog, and then they go, I don't know how the hell you do it, right? So, you know, and it's not easy. And, you know, how do we do it? Like anything else, we do it, and we do it, you know, over and over again. I was telling Anthony today, I added up how many dogs I've groomed in the 42 years that I've been grooming, and I've groomed over 70,000 dogs.
I mean, that's just...
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's you lowballed it too.
And I lowballed.
Yeah.
So that's how long I've been grooming. And so, you know, do you become, say, an expert? Yeah, I guess so. You know, I mean, I would like to believe, you know, if I'm not an expert, I'm pretty knowledgeable about it, right? So, you know, but if you're just starting out and you're just doing your dog at home, you'll see what a challenge it is. It can be a huge challenge.
So much goes wrong. I think that's why, like I mentioned at the top of the show, we are just warming up. And when and this is for groomers and pet owners alike. Groomers catch a lot of crap from the outside world and from people who don't know.
People who aren't groomers.
Yeah, people who aren't groomers, people who will never groom a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Loving dogs isn't enough.
No.
That's not. If that was all it took, I mean, we'd be millionaires. We wouldn't need podcasts.
10 times over.
Wouldn't need a YouTube channel. If love was all you needed,
sure.
Then it would be the greatest occupation to ever exist.
Yeah.
But that's not what grooming is. Grooming is, it's sort of why I love having this show and the shows that we've had in the past, because it is an avenue to actually talk to you guys. It's difficult when we're filming a tutorial and we have to stick to the topic, but this is, you know, if you're a groomer and you're just starting and you're struggling, you know, or more so specifically if you just started a YouTube channel or something, whether you're a groomer or not, don't listen to the haters, because most of the hate is coming from people who don't know anyway, and anybody who actually is trying to give you a constructive criticism is going to be very nice about it anyway, because they actually enjoy you and they want you to see you get better. So it's the people. I mean, again, we'll get into it. We're not going to get into it today, but
grooming is a skill. It's a skill, and like Anthony said, it takes a whole lot more than love. You have to be good with your hands. You have to be good just handling dogs in general. You have to be good with your emotions. I mean, it gets that deep. You got to be good with your feelings. You know, when you got a Rottweiler coming through your door who's snarling at you, and the owner says, yeah, I'd like to get his nails clipped. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, you may as well have, like, you know, someone who, you know, juggles torches or chainsaws, say, here, take this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, you have to really know what you're doing, and you have to put yourself in a space where it's like, how do I connect immediately with this dog? So it's a skill. But again, like we were saying, like, you know, I wouldn't tell my mechanic how to fix my car. I wouldn't tell my electrician how to wire my house, right? I wouldn't tell my plumber how to unclog my drain. You know, people who aren't groomers shouldn't tell groomers, especially professional groomers, how to do their job, okay? And we all have a different way of doing it, but more often than not, it usually results in the same way. Okay, and most groomers out there are really trying to do a phenomenal job. And we advocate for groomers because we are groomers, and again, we want to create an environment where the industry and grooming dogs is safer. And that's why a lot of people are grooming their dogs at home, because not just the money factor. You may not trust a groomer with your dog, and that's fair. That's fair. But most groomers are doing the best they can, and we certainly are. And again, we want to just, you know, expand our knowledge, and we're still learning. After grooming 70,000 dogs, I still learn every day from a certain dog, or even another groomer. I might be set in my ways, and I watch a grooming video and go, wow, she did it like this. I'm going to try that. And after 40 years go, dude, this was way better.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning. Like anything else, but to like condemn groomers or accuse groomers, oh, you're horrible, you butchered that dog. You don't know the situation. I think one of the comments we got was, I butchered the dog. The dog was completely mad and I had to shave it down. I didn't butcher the dog. I had to shave the dog down.
And you can totally tell too, when a negative comment is coming from, and I mean negative, I'm using negative in general here, is coming from a actual groomer or somebody who's never groomed before, because people who have groomed before, even if they disagree with what you're doing, they instantly start their comment off with, I do this.
Yes.
So already you just know, like, okay, well they groom,
or try this.
Yeah,
try doing
this,
it like
yeah.
this. Mm-hmm. And we know right away you're a groomer.
Yeah, you're a groomer, or you at least work on your own dog, and
Yep.
Whether the person leaving the comment is wrong or not, or we agree with it or not, that is a open discussion. It's what the comment section's there for.
Yeah.
That might help somebody who could do it their way easier than the way we're even showing in our video. It's what I actually love when we see that. Sometimes you see some communication between two people.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the other comments where it's just condemning and you butchered it. What does that do? You butchered the dog. The dog's happy as hell in the video. I know which video you're talking about.
Yeah.
It likely, anything we do on all of our groomings come at the owner's request anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just, what does that do?
You rescued a dog, it's flea infested. You have to shave it down and give it a flea shampoo. Like the dog was malnourished, just coming off the streets. You butchered the dog. We're not looking for style in something like that. This is a rescue. This is more like we have to save this dog's life and get the ear infection under wraps, and we have to get the fleas off this dog and the skin irritation. Talking about you butchered this dog. No, it's almost life threatening at that point. So
it can be.
Yeah. So if you're not a groomer, you're not going to understand anything that I just said, and you groomers do understand, and that's what. Well, again though, just the whole purpose of the podcast, the whole purpose of our YouTube channel and other people's YouTube channel is to bring this to light, because for a very, very long time, groomers have just been. There hasn't been an avenue. There hasn't been a platform to tell people what really has to get done in a grooming shop or does get done, and the reasons for it. You'll see a lot of other things, but when it comes to grooming, it's kind of like, everybody thinks that they're a groomer, and listen, you could be, you could be a groomer.
You should be.
And you should be. And if you feel that, rather than, knock somebody down, grab some good quality equipment. Start doing it at home. You'd be surprised. We remember that one couple, I forget where they were from. I think not Arizona, somewhere out west. They ended up watching our YouTube channel, and they watched it. They were avid viewers, and they ended up opening up their own grooming shop, and they were a retired couple.
Right. Yeah.
And they learned from our videos. So and they have their own business, and it offsets their retirement. What they get paid. So it's a great opportunity. But again, the purpose of this particular episode is the better equipment, and you could just become a better groomer, and with less danger, less accidents.
Better equipment, less accidents. It's really, there's a lot of skill involved, but we'll get into all of that stuff as these episodes go on. But it starts with the equipment.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's going to do it. I just want to thank you guys for checking out the podcast, and we just really appreciate you being here and listening to us, and hopefully you get something out of it.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us again, and don't forget to go over to our grooming channel, Grooming by Rudy, and go give us a like and subscribe over there. Check out some of our videos. There's tons over there that will help you, and until next time, take care.